But I was not anticipating having a child whose needs would be, a little different than the average. That's when I really started thinking about like, well, maybe I should consider homeschooling. You guys have probably seen in a lot of my videos that my son Alex, he's 3.5, and he is a very cerebral, intellectual little kid. And this is something that he is just very gifted in. He's just this sponge for learning and knowledge and facts and like academic kind of stuff. And we haven't even pushed it that much with him. He is just like pursuing it himself. I mean, like we let his interests guide what we teach him. I feel like I've had a lot of people criticize that I'm being like a tiger mom or something, pushing my kid to like do all these academic things before he's ready, but let me just put it out there that that is not the case at all. Truly, this is the things that he is interested in. It is entirely led by him. So I just want to put that disclaimer out there when I'm talking about the kinds of activities that I'm doing with a 3.5-year-old. I don't think that this is something that like everybody should be doing. I'm just doing it because, he's interested and I really want to keep him engaged. I am really on the fence right now about if I ultimately want to homeschool Alex because of what I was just talking about. My initial thought is that I just want to put my kids in public school, and I had a fantastic public school experience, and we live in a fantastic school district, and that's one of the reasons why we moved to the house that we live in, because it is in such a fantastic school district. But I was not anticipating having a child whose needs would be, a little different than the average. That's when I really started thinking about like, well, maybe I should consider homeschooling. Probably some of you guys who are watching are homeschooling moms, and a lot of you homeschooling mom YouTubers. I have watched a lot of your stuff and I'm very inspired, and I think that homeschooling is not necessarily what it used to be. It's losing a lot of the stigma that it used to have. I've read a whole bunch of statistics about how homeschooling is on the rise, and for various reasons. I mean, I know a lot of people do it for religious reasons, and I think that's awesome. But that's not personally why we would be doing it. Even though we have a faith, that's not the reason why we would want to homeschool. And I see that that actually is one of the main reasons that it's rising, is that people feel like they can provide a more personalized education for their children at home if they're the kind of child who may not thrive in a traditional setting for whatever reason. There are a whole slew of reasons that could be for. So that's a little bit more of my reasoning of why I'm even considering it. But we're really on the fence about it because school was such a good experience for us, and we really do want Alex to have, that social aspect. I know that there are homeschool co-ops in so many ways that you can provide that socialization. But the one reason I really would want Alex to still be in a regular school setting is just learning a lot of the school norms that I think there are a lot of life skills that you can't necessarily get when you're in a more unstructured environment at home, even though you can make your homeschool environment really structured. But there's the whole learning how to stand in a line, learning how to pay attention in a group setting, learning how to follow the directions of an adult other than your parent, learning how to interact with a whole different diverse group of kids coming from all sorts of different kinds of backgrounds. I think that that's really important too. Anyway, so the long story short is I'm just undecided, and we are putting Alex in preschool starting in a few weeks actually. So we are going to just test out, having him in a school environment and see how he does. I think he's actually gonna love it. Even though he already knows all of the like academic stuff that they teach in preschool, I think that he'll still really enjoy it. We're just kind of doing like a trial run and seeing how he does with preschool. I really want to supplement his academic stuff at home starting now. I might not even do this kind of thing with Sophie. She's a totally different kid, and she has totally different kinds of gifts, and I really want to help her thrive with those gifts that she has. And so I might not even do like this same stuff with her. I might not, I'm not sure. But where Alex is right now, I feel like this is something that would really benefit him. So we're sending him to preschool to get that social aspect and to learn those social norms and to learn how to be in a school setting. And how to be a part of a group on a daily basis and that kind of thing. I mean, he's only going 3 days a week, so maybe on the other 2 days, or you know, when he comes home in the afternoons. I just want to do just a little bit of supplementation, just because we're kind of already doing that informally as it is now. He just has this thirst for knowledge. He's basically already taught himself how to read. He's reading at a kindergarten, first grade level. He's writing. He can write his name, he can write out words, he can write out sentences, and this is stuff that he has basically done on his own. So this is, you know, the kind of thing that I'm talking about is like, because he's already at that point, I still want to keep challenging him where he's at, if that makes sense. So that's why I am kind of going to be doing like partial homeschooling, or I don't even know what to call it, but just supplementing his education on the side. It's possible that this is something that I might continue doing even if we send him to public school. You know, it might just be a good rhythm to get into, just to, you know, keep him intellectually engaged at home, even if he's not getting that fully at school. So I'm just experimenting with that this year and just kind of doing like a part-time, partial, you know, hybrid kind of homeschooling kind of thing, even though he's going to be in preschool.